Everything you need to know about home improvement. Here comes Rick.
There we go. Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome to Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. 105.5 The Mix, and we're excited about being here. Got my buddy Chris Stacy in from Miracle Method. Got lots to talk about with them today. It's always great to have him in on the program. And just all kinds of cool beans happening, so we're excited about that. And I got to figure out that's which one I am, because I got, there we go. Now I can hear. So we're going to be talking about that. Also, some new stuff they got going on, so we're excited about that. As always, let me get my notes out. Skip, I am remiss in being prepared.
Well, we were having some technical difficulties on your end, and I was down the hall, so we've been busy with technical stuff and weather and roads and I-40 and red flag warning today and all the fun stuff we're having here in East Tennessee.
How's your mama and them?
That's it.
So we're excited, ready to do that. You can text us on the Miracle Method message line at 865-255-3911, 865-255-3911, or you can call us on the call-in line at 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449. Of course, the chat room's going this morning, as well as on the Facebook pages. If you're following us at the live stream, be sure and download the Mix app. So that you can do that as well. And then, like I said, if I don't respond to you from the Facebook stream, the Facebook, the Walmarts, the Targets, the Kohl's, it's all the same.
The book face, yeah.
Yeah. So if I don't respond to it, it's because I didn't see it. Sometimes it's a little bit slow, but that's all good. Chris Stacy, how you doing this morning, brother?
I'm doing good.
Good. And got through wrestling season, I see.
Yeah, we did. We made it.
Good deal. That's always good. It's, two of my boys wrestled. I would have loved to wrestle, but we didn't have it back when I was in school. Our school didn't have it for some reason. But man, I'm telling you what, that's a commitment. Not just for youngins, it's a commitment for mom and daddy too.
Yeah, you're committed to a lot of Saturdays and a lot of evenings during the week. But no, wrestling's to me, it's a great sport. There is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
there's what it teaches.
Yeah. There's no one out there but you on the mat. No one else to put the blame on. So it teaches a lot of it teaches you what you're capable of. I mean, and you're always capable of more than you think. So.
And you take a good coach like we have. We have some good coaching here in this part of the world. Have some outstanding coaching, and you let them push bricks a little bit. That'll change your attitude. That'll get their attention, get them in shape too.
Yep, they work hard.
They do, and it's what I'm pleased with it is the high school that I went to back at Gibbs. Our football program and our basketball program and our other programs are excelling because of combination with training with our wrestling program that's doing very well, Coach Pittman.
No, absolutely. At Pigeon Forge High School, where I call football during the fall, most of the wrestling team plays football.
Absolutely. And with our new coaching at the high school, which has been a couple years now, it's mandatory. If you play football, you work out with the wrestlers.
Wow, good. Well, it's a good workout.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, you got to be. Listen, I'm telling you what now, you going to get in shape.
Yeah.
Go get with the wrestling team.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm A shape, not in shape.
I'm telling you, and I tell you what, who's the meanest ones of them all? The girls.
Yeah.
Them girls will whoop you, boy.
Their girls are tough.
They're
Yeah.
tough. I ain't kidding, ain't
That's
they?
awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
I watched the UFC. I was watching the EFC last night. I don't know what that stands for, but it's like the UFC. And the guys came out, and the former champion fighting a guy that was a lot smaller than him. He knocked him out in about the guy that was smaller knocked the former champion out
Oh, gosh.
in the first round.
Oh, gosh.
But prior to that, they had what was leading up to the title for the female
Mm-hmm.
fighters. Man, you talking about a fight?
Yeah.
Holy
scrappers.
moly, boy! I'm telling you, I enjoyed that a lot better.
Who was the one that was the big scrapper some years back? Ronda
Rousey.
Rousey.
Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey.
Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
Then she met Holly. I don't know Holly. I can't remember Holly's last name. She took care of that.
No.
And that was in.
No,
She knocked her out.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, their girls are tough, I'm going to tell you. So we got lots to talk about today. Excited. Ron, good to see you. Jim Sharp Jr., how you doing down there, brother? Good to see you on the Facebook this morning. Jeff Going, good to see you. And lots of other folks in there. We want you to give us a call in this morning, 865-932-7449. I know y'all don't like to call, but we like you to.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, even Gunner called us last week.
Yeah,
And
he
if Gunner
sure-
can call, you can call.
Sure. Yeah. If he can call from where he's at,
Yeah.
anybody can call.
I'm telling you what, he's just standing on a ridge somewhere, holding his left arm up and his right foot out to get out up there on the cell phone
With a coat hanger in his one hand, metal coat hanger.
with a tater on it with some aluminum foil. Come
There
on.
you go.
Or the Miracle Method text line 865-255-3911. Chris talked to me this morning. You guys do just a phenomenal job. There's so much for us to talk about today. I'm so excited because, of course, when we talk about garage floors and places to put that hot rod, y'all got something new there too.
Yes, sir. We do. We do. We have an epoxy floor system. We can do a color, a custom color match to basically whatever you want, and give you a good, durable, easy to clean, chemical resistant floor.
It just looks so much better too. You know, it makes working on anything better. You know.
Yeah, and it makes it easier to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have the issues of the, most concrete floors now, when they finish them, there's, especially on the inside in your garage, if they get wet, they're
Slick as
they're very slick and they're dangerous to walk on.
right.
This eliminates that as well as makes it easy to clean. You don't, you get an oil spill. It's not soaked in your concrete anymore. You can, excuse me, it wipes right up.
Well, and that's so nice too, because once you get it soaked in there, if you don't have a good finish on it, the only thing you can do is grind it.
Yep.
You ain't gonna pull it out of there. I mean, you might get
No.
some of the top layer, but the only way to get it out of there is grind it. And you know what kind of mess that is. You do that all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of our preparations for it is to grind that. We
Right.
have to grind that stuff to get all those impurities out of that top layer of concrete.
Right. And so you do that. And this is something too that the pricing's got more effective on it as well as you and I talked a little bit about that.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
We can do,
so-
it's usually a 2-day process. I think we've got it down to 2-day process.
Wow.
Depending on the size of the garage, obviously.
Yeah. And that'd be good. You know, I could see that like in a downstairs game room, man cave kind of thing where do you ever do that?
I don't know about we haven't done the chip system there, but you could certainly do an epoxy floor.
Yeah.
Without the
So like
media.
if I wanted my floor in my man room look like a football field, could you could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah, we could do that.
I know you could. And I know that'd be a little challenging and then it costs, but I figured you could.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the same thing, and it'd be once you get the epoxy down, as long as you put that a urethane clear coat over top of it to protect it for the UVs and give it the durability, you can do just about whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, how cool would that be if your favorite sports team or something
Yeah.
like that? Not. I mean, I'm sure there's limitations with what you would want to do or could do or
Mhm.
those kinds of things. But I was thinking about where is it up on Norris Lake? That looks there. That it's not epoxy though. It looks like a football. Bubba's. There, it looks like a football field there on, kind of down like that. And I had a friend of mine on the pizza place in Panama City, and he played for Pittsburgh for the national championship team for Johnny Majors. Majors was coach at Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And so he did it all around the walls. So, it looked like he was on a football field and had a lot of memorabilia and stuff. It's kind of cool. So, but yeah, the garage floors, what a fabulous idea. But just what you do normally, we talk a lot about when the commercials that we're running right now, one, we're talking about the safety package from mom and dad.
Yes, sir.
The other one, we're talking about the precision of what you do and all that kind of stuff. So, just give us a little information about that, brother.
So our safety package is we have a system where we're a premier installer for Clean Cuts, which is it's a 1-day conversion for your bathtub to a step-in shower. It lowers your entrance to the shower, depending on the unit you have, a minimum of 8.5 inches. If you have a deeper, if you have a deeper bathroom, there's one that we could do that's a little bit deeper, and then also we could also do a custom cut as well. Depending on what you have. If you have a big garden tub or something like that, just depending on the situation, we're happy to come out and take a look at what you have and give you your options on that.
Right.
So it lowers that down. We install grab bars, and then we add a slip resistant surface to the bottom of that tub. So when you're stepping in, stepping out, that you don't have the slip and fall issues.
Well, I was yesterday, I went out to Weekend RV Center and had some parts I had to pick up from Josh out there. And, for some stuff that, camper stuff wears out, you got to change it out. I need some stuff. And I was sitting there talking to, he introduced me to another guy named Rick. He said, Rick, meet Rick. I said, hey, I'm Rick. He said, I'm Rick. Yeah, Rick. And we were talking back and forth. Excuse me. And he was changing out a chair, changing out in his fifth wheel from just manual stuff to electric stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like electric recliners and all that kind of stuff. And we was talking back and forth, and he's like, yeah. He said, I just had my hips. He said, I've had my hips replaced. He said, I got a scar about 3 inches long on this right hip. He said, that one on my left hip is about 1 foot long. And he said, I'd like to be able to cross my legs, but I can't do it. And we was talking old man talk. We was talking, yeah, I got this dang cane. I got,
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking back and forth. And that's, you don't think about it, but being able to step easy into the tub, I'm all about that. And the older I get, the more I get about it, Chris.
Well, the bathroom is I don't know if it's the number one, but it is a place in a home where a lot of falls happen, right? Because everything's wet, and especially as you get older, that gets to be more and more dangerous.
Well, and we forget too. I forget. I think my mind says just hop in there. Well, I don't do no hopping anymore unless I'm about to break my neck.
Well, and by chance, if I get in the tub, I don't know if I'm coming out.
Boy, ain't that the truth? Call AJ Metler and see if he can come get us.
Call Blaylock's bring crane over.
Bring the crane. Absolutely.
But that's where the Clean Cut system comes in good too. So if you have, like, we've had customers in the past that have had injuries, and
right.
they've just got out of surgery. They got knee surgery, hip surgery, whatever that is. And, they go into the hospital, and they're in and out of the hospital in a couple of days or whatever it is. And
right.
they need to come home. We can convert that shower for them
right.
before they're coming home out of the hospital, and they'll have that ease of and help them with their mobility issues when they.
And what's cool about that we're going to be talking about today, in addition to, being able to do that, I think this is a huge topic of that we're going to chat about. And the things we're going to talk about today is, you're taking a product to make it safer, but typically, if it's an older product, it's a heavier duty product than what's available. If it's not the color they like, that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's cast iron, that's okay. If it's steel with porcelain on top of it, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why go through all that mess and everything you got to do when you've got a perfectly good product? It's just Mexican sand or avocado green or Harvest Gold.
Yeah, and that's with the fiberglass tub shower units are the same same way, from
Right.
the 70s to 80s.
Oh, it's thick, brother. It's heavy duty.
Yeah, you're not going to, what you buy today is not that quality. And also, in most cases, you're not going to be able to get, you're just not going to be able to do it. That thing was set in place when the house was in framing, before any sheetrock or anything else was on there. And most of the time, they're bigger, they're wider than the doors to the bathroom.
Right.
They're as wide as the halls in some cases. So you're not going to pull that out and
It's coming out in pieces.
Well, it's coming out in pieces, but it's also
It's all going back in pieces.
well, you're also so you're left, if you could get, like, there are 3-piece units available, but they are very flimsy. They're usually just acrylic or plastic in some cases, and they're just not near that quality.
Right.
And I've only ran into one.
Oh, there's a chuckle.
There's always there's always an exception to every rule. So I've only ran into one fiberglass unit that we couldn't repair, and it was in a trailer that was probably built in the 60s. There was just literally nothing left.
Nothing left of it.
I mean, there was just nothing left of the whole thing. But these good quality fiberglass units that were been in there in the 80s, late 70s, 90s.
Yeah.
From them, I mean, we can repair those, and it's going to be, it's going to be better than anything you can.
Right. And if it's smooth, you can put a surface in there, a non-skid type surface.
Yeah, and that is
Part of it.
that is our standard package. That is our standard package with every refinish is a slip resistant surface in the bottom.
Plus the mounting of the proper grab bars that it ain't going to pull loose like these suction things that you see.
Yeah, please do not use the suction things.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my gosh.
don't use them, y'all. It ain't worth it. Let them come out there and mount that stuff right into something that's going to hold for you. Because if I grab hold of it, it's going to get under the pressure.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to hear a loud.
and just anyone, if they're falling and they go to grab that thing, that dynamic force it's going to rip those suction cups off the wall.
Right.
Almost
Yeah,
every
we
time.
don't want that.
Can you imagine you're depending on that suction cup rascal, and you go and your big surprises when you're on your back?
Mayday, Red Riders. What I'm going to tell you.
That's it.
I'm going to tell you. All right,
Absolutely.
we're up against our first time out. We're going to take that. We come back. Listen, y'all, we got Chris Stacy in the house, Miracle Method. We're talking about all kinds of things, and we want to share some new stuff with you today as well. Of course, we want to talk home improvement with you. Thanks for joining us. Everybody's watching on Facebook. Everybody's listening on MixX1055.com.
Look at there, you got it right.
Watch him go.
Watch him go.
The phone lines is open. I know y'all don't like to call. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. It has been, but that's all right. We'd like to hear from you. 865-932-7449. 865-932-7449. Or text us on the Miracle Method message line, 865-255-3911. Hang on, youngins. We'll be right back.
Looking for the perfect storage solution? Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage is the area's premier self-storage facility. Located next to the Home Depot at the Allensville Square Center in Sevierville, we offer climate-controlled and non-climate-controlled units, plus indoor RV and boat storage. Enjoy top-notch amenities like 24-hour surveillance and 3 covered unloading zones. Need to unload a tractor-trailer or a truck? We have a loading dock too. Sign up today and get 1 month free plus a complimentary True Shine car wash. Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage, the perfect solution for your storage needs.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinion. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561. PreferredModularHomes.com. Whether you want to change some decor items or come in with a floor plan sketched out on a napkin, we're confident we can help you create the home of your dream. PreferredModularHomes.com. 865-512-9251. 865-512-9251. 7140 Clinton Highway. Come see us today. Talk to Ben. Talk to Scott. Get that modular built for a lifetime. PreferredModularHomes.com.
Blaylock Companies is proud to be a part of East Tennessee's growth since 1962, and we understand that getting rid of the old is a big part of building the new. Blaylock's delivers disaster recovery and demolition services for residential, commercial, and infrastructure jobs, providing specialized equipment, recycling of aggregate debris, dumpster rentals, and remediation services. Blaylocks will help get your site ready for your next project. Call Blaylocks at 453-2808 to help you build a better East Tennessee.
Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
Mix 105.5 is powered by the all-new Rocky Top Ford, now open in our state-of-the-art location with our same great staff at 850 Winfield Dunn Parkway between Wilderness of the Smokies and Chick-fil-A. Rocky Top Ford, your Smoky Mountain Ford headquarters.
What happens when you take 20 years of experience hanging metal on NASCARs and you put that into another business? The business I'm talking about, Miracle Method Resurfacing in Knoxville. My buddy Chris Stacy and his team are there for the detail, there for as good as a job can get. They understand working with tight tolerances and working with a finish that has to be almost perfect. If you're thinking about redoing your countertop, maybe you're thinking about redoing that avocado green bathtub, or maybe you're thinking about that epoxy floor for your hot rod in your garage. Think nowhere else. Miracle Method of Knoxville is the place that can help your dreams come true about that new tile surface or any other finish in your home. Call them today. 865-693-5522. 865-693-5522. Tell them Rick's House sent you.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinion. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561. Good Saturday morning to you up in the Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. My buddy Chris Stacy in from Miracle Method, one of our favorite folks to talk to. If your bathroom needs redone or some other things we're going to talk about today, we'll let Chris tell you about that. They make it happen, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Make it look fantastic.
That's awesome.
Make it safe for all those coming in and out, and utilize some, what's there if it's able to be used.
Yeah.
And so we're excited about that. Chris, tell them how they find you, how they get you. You got the showroom down there.
We do have a showroom. It is still under construction, but we do have some samples on the walls, the colors and things like that. And
and you've got that cutaway too.
Yes, yeah.
Display down there where folks can see it.
Yes, sir. We do have a example of the clean cut, the easy step, as well as some cabinets that have been redone, cast iron tub, and a few other things. So we have a few things there. We're still under construction. So
yeah, but you got the basics, and that's things so folks can see. Now you can come to their house and show them exactly.
Yeah, we do. We do prefer to do an in-home estimate. That way, we have we can put our eyes on what your what you're asking, what you're calling us out there for, and then we can also let you know some of the other things that we do for you in the house. Most folks don't really know what refinishing is. They don't know what we can refinish, what we can't, and then as well as our other services that we offer.
Yeah, well, go ahead and talk a little bit about that. I mean, I know that you guys. I mean, what can you help with?
Bathtubs. I think bathtubs is our number one search word. It's at the top, but we can do bathtubs. We do tile surrounds, tile floors, kitchen countertops, vanities, concrete floors, walls, tile walls, basically any man-made surface we can refinish.
That's awesome.
And
we're not talking about something that don't look good. We're talking about something that looks absolutely fantastic.
That
when you get it
old
done.
cast iron bathtub thing that caught my attention. That must be heavy.
Yeah, they are heavy. They're about, depending on what they are, they're at least 400 pounds. We actually got a cast iron sink in this week. It was built the patent on it was, I think, July something 1909.
Wow.
And it was cast in August of 1909.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That's a piece of history right there.
Yeah,
it is a piece of history. So, I don't know that I'll ever see another one like it.
No.
And it
That's
weighed,
awesome.
and it was a sink, and it probably weighed a good 250 pounds. It was heavy, but it's good
Wow.
cast iron. So, we see some interesting things coming in and out of there. We'll have some good before and afters on that one, because I think that one looked like it was buried in a horse stall for about 100 years. Part of that, most of that 100 years when
Oh,
the
wow.
condition they brought it into us. So
Wow.
it's a pretty rough shape, but we'll get it. We'll get it looking just
Well,
like
the
it did
thing
in
about it is
1909.
you got something to work with.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
thing. I mean, you got something that you can work with. Now, Skip, I don't know if they told you this or not, but we've got something that we used to do on Rick's House all the time. And it's, of course, our 25th year
Mhm.
doing Rick's House. And I have some recipes over the years that we talk about occasionally. And so we're going to have a new little segment during the program
Oh.
that is going to give some of these recipes, like hillbilly pate, which is one of the favorites we get asked about all the time. I've got a new one that we're going to talk about this afternoon, in the second hour, that I found called, well, you'll have to wait and see
Okay.
what that's called.
He's dangled the carrot, ladies and gentlemen.
I've dangled the carrot,
Yes, he
but
has.
this is called our Fat Boy in the Kitchen segment. You should have in your hot links, in your hotkeys, something that says Fat Boys on it. BOYZ or BOYS, BOYZ.
I wish I did, but I don't.
You're supposed to.
I'm supposed to.
It's new.
Supposed to and have is two different things. Let me go see if I can find that while you're talking.
While we're talking,
While we're talking.
we'll do
See
that.
if I can do that.
It may have got done. It may not got
May
done.
have. I don't know. I'm,
So we'll
I'm
see.
like a mushroom. I'm kept in the dark and fed a load of manure. I don't know.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, talking about the refinishing, I see this all the time, Chris. Are some of those colors coming back in some of this retro stuff? I see it on appliances and stuff. I mean, it was like it was making a reoccurrence, but obviously they're worn. I mean, if it's avocado green or harvest gold or Mexican sand or whatever that horrible teal color is, or pink. Boy, we went through that stage when pink was something. I've seen some stuff that some pictures of some stuff that you did that went from pink to white.
We have refinished a lot of paint tile and a lot of paint tubs,
Right.
a whole bunch of that stuff from the late 60s and early 70s.
Which in most of that's mud tile. Isn't it what I call mud tile, which, you put a lot of glue on the wall and that becomes your grout as well.
Oh yeah. That stuff is, you're tearing your wall down. You're tearing your wall down to get that stuff off.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a mess. Your sheetrock and all's coming out when you have to try to remove it. And the tile's good.
There's nothing wrong with the tile. It's just,
It's just pink.
It's just pink.
Exactly.
And we could, like I said, we can refinish that. And like I said, we do a ton of that. That's probably the number one color that we're refinishing is that pink tile and pink tubs as well, which was,
Oh, howdy.
amazing.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, but hey, that was a thing.
It was.
And
I'm
it was
glad
a
they
thing.
did it because now we can refinish it. So
Right. Absolutely. And so, but like I said, again, I really like the idea of utilizing a product that's still good instead of it going in landfill.
yeah, that, and also, we're a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the time. We can refinish a tub and tile surround in 2 different colors. Is about a day and a half process. If we're just doing the
So you
tub,
can break it up.
well, we have to, because the colors have to cure.
Gotcha.
But that.
But I mean, they don't have to go all one color wall and
yeah, I don't,
and
and
tub.
we don't recommend that. We don't recommend the solid colors on the tile, because that solid color accentuates every
wall.
every misalignment of tile,
Right.
every in and out and that kind of thing. So we don't recommend that. We have customers that insist on it, which is fine if that's what you want. But
Right.
we have our natural accent colors that the natural accent colors break up those lines, and it looks a lot better.
Right. Makes the job look a lot better. And then when you walk in there, you don't go, whoa, hey,
Yeah. But our tub, if you're doing a tub or a tub shower unit, something like that is a 1-day process. We're in and out in a day. You're without it for one night, let it cure overnight, and then it's good to go the next day.
cool. So which is a great way to make that happen. And like I said, it changes everything. Talk about instant update. I mean, it just not, well, I say instant, it takes a little bit of time, but it really is instant when you think about what the alternative is.
Yeah. Compared to replacement, it is. Replacement is, it's, just depends on who does it. It could take weeks, or months,
Sure.
Somebody come and get in there, tear your bathroom apart, and then disappear for a month before they come back and finish it. So
That's true. Well, that's a nightmare. I've heard about that.
We're in and out the same day. And also, when you refinish something that is and still in good shape, just weathered, right? Over time, that surface gets porous, it gets rough, it gets hard to clean. So now you have a new surface that is non-porous, smooth. It's much easier to clean.
Right.
Easier to clean and maintain.
Absolutely. We're going to take that next time out, Skip.
Who when he show up?
I don't know. It's the steroids they've got me on that's trying to get this out of my system, so that I told my doctor, I said, look, brother, I can't talk. I need something to get rid of that. So we're working on that as well. So we're excited about that. Brother Alan Williams in the house this morning, my news brother from another mother. Wow. Does a great thing out there. If you've seen some of his programs where he's out and about, glad to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well, sir. And of course, always feel free to call the program and tell us about what you got going on. 865-932-7449. 865-932-7449. Don't mean to put you on the spot, but you're always welcome. Over the years, we've been fortunate to have a lot of folks that we've met over, and Alan Williams is one of the good ones, folks. I promise you that. He's got a new series, or not a new series, a series he's doing that takes you all over East Tennessee. So maybe we'll hear from Alan this morning. Listen to Rick's House. We'll be back. Hang on.
WSEV-FM, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee's new mix, 105.5.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Popper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite.
Hey, y'all, being from the country, I've learned one thing for sure. The difference in experience can make the difference between a good job and a bad one. That's why we choose August Excavation for all your excavation needs. Whether it's pouring a footing, laying out a footing, pouring a concrete driveway, excavating a basement, or whatever your excavation needs may be. August Excavating. Call them today, 423-736-1402. 423-736-1402.
Accelerate your future with a new ride from Union Motors. With over 11 years of experience serving Sevier County and surrounding areas, Union Motors offers an impressive selection of quality vehicles to fit your needs and budget. Come experience our exceptional customer-focused approach from the moment you walk through the door. Plus, enjoy flexible financing options or buy here, pay here program. Good credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy or first-time buyer. Everybody's approved. Union Motors, your premier destination for affordable used cars. Browse available inventory online at theunionmotors.com. Visit us in Seymour or call today 865-366-1006. Looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle? Head to Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport, Tennessee. Just a short drive from Sevierville on West Highway 2570. We've got over 100 pre-owned vehicles with a wide selection of makes and models, all at low prices. Plus, we're clearing out space for 2025 models. So now's the time to save big. Financing available for all credit types. Don't miss out. Come to Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport today. Stinnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, West Highway 2570 Newport. Your next ride is waiting.
Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
Discover a world of pleasure with Sexy Stuff. Let our expert staff guide you through our extensive adult toy and lingerie selection. With over 25 years of experience, Sexy Stuff is your destination on Highway 66 in Sevierville. Sexy Stuff. We got the stuff.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you, I know a little something about mobility issues. I know a little something about taking care of mom and dad and grandparents and things you do when you're supposed to. That's why I trust Chris and his team at Miracle Method. They've got a safety package. A safety package that converts that tub in your house. But the main thing is it's going to give them an easy step in. It's going to give them grab bars that are added right. It's going to give them the flexibility to have that independence and you the knowledge of knowing that you've taken care of mom and dad. Miracle Method. Find them online today. Miracle Method. 865-693-5522. Where safety is a priority.
Fat boys in the kitchen, working on a new recipe. Wonder what it's gonna come up with today. Fat boy can cook.
I love me some Fat Boy.
Fat boys in the kitchen.
Oh, good Saturday morning to you. Welcome into Rick's House Live, 105.5 The Mix. MIXX1055.com. You also find us at Rick's House Radio Show on the road, the Rick Allen page on Facebook as well. Brother Alan Williams listening this morning. Good morning, my brother. Appreciate that. Chris Stacy in the house this morning talking about Miracle Method and all things refinishing. Coming up on April 4th through the 6th, let me make sure I say that right. April 4th through the 6th, the official Knoxville Home and Remodeling Show. Brother Chris and the team will be at the Chilhowie Park and Exposition
Center. And you know Chilhowie Park. Our friend Kim Harbin and team over there, what a good job they do. Been doing that for a long time. You'll be in booth 136 across from Amish Furniture.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm not positive on that number, but we're right next to the Amish Furniture. They have a huge opened end cap thing that will be hard to miss right next to them.
That'll be a great time for folks to come out and see. Free admission. Save on them home improvement projects. Well, check that out, Skip.
Oh, yeah. We like home improvement shows. I like all kinds of shows.
Yeah, we've heard of that.
Oh, yeah, we sure have.
Also, during the commercial timeout, you heard Fat Boys in the Kitchen, which is in the rotation.
Which very much surprised me because I didn't think that's where it was, but you know.
So we'll work on that. That's will be a segment that we're going to utilize where we're going to give you great recipes of
live radio.
Country recipes.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
Hillbilly pate. Come on. That's one of the favorite ones I get asked about all the time.
Back when I was in scouting, my go-to was a cowboy chili.
Yeah,
back when I ate meat, and and the aroma that would create around the campsite, there'd be people coming from everywhere.
I'll be glad you don't eat it now. I went to get some 90-10 beef yesterday, and I was shocked
at the price.
Boy, howdy.
It's like eggs. I'm going without eggs here for a while, and that's one of my sources of protein.
We're going no eggs and no beef right now because holy moly.
That's ridiculous.
My wife's diet has to eat very lean beef. I'm like, well, I can buy buffalo for that. I can get bison.
Yeah, so get you some bison. That's very lean.
I love bison.
Absolutely.
That's delicious. You know, when I was out west, and this is something that we've talked about a little bit, the meat out there, and as far as wild game, tastes completely different than it does here.
I guarantee it.
The mule deer and all that, they're not eating acorns.
No.
And so it doesn't have that gamey taste to it. And it's not. We didn't have to soak it. Man, I'm telling you what.
That's nice.
I was living large out there. I mean, that's one thing I'll have to say about the wild meat out there. It was good. But so we'll be doing that and talking about those things. Listen, you want to call us? We'd love to hear from you this morning. I know nobody likes to call, but that's okay. We're going to pressure you till you do. 865-932-7449 on the hotline. 865-932-7449. Also, you can text us on the Miracle Method message line. I need to check that too, by the way. 865-255-3911. Miracle Method does that for us. It's a great place for you to send us a text message. And if you're listening to us and you're from somewhere other than this part of the world, we can talk to you about your home improvement issues. I don't care what state you're in. That's why we call it Rick's House Radio Show on the road. We did 3 years on the road living all across this country in our travel trailer. And we lived everywhere from the UP up there with the Yule Purse.
Wow.
And all the way down to the Mexican border in El Centro, California, out to the coast, Mississippi, everywhere, Biloxi, everywhere in between, Idaho, Texas. We lived in every state but 6.
Which 6 were they? Do you know off the top of your head?
Hawaii.
Oh, well, yeah.
Kind of hard to float the travel trailer over there. The one I really wanted to go to that I did not go to. So we had Hawaii, Alaska. I wanted to go to Alaska, and we considered taking that Alaskan highway.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to do that, you really have to be prepared. And this is something that we'll talk a little bit about because we talk about this on the program. But to take that Alaskan highway, you really have to be prepared. And by that, what I mean is that is a very heavily graveled road that takes you to Alaska. And as I began to research that, they said to me, you need at least 2 additional sets of tires.
Wow.
Truck, trailer, everything required.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how much water they said you need to take with you, how much extra fuel you need to have with you.
Because you're out in the middle of nowhere.
You're out in the middle of nowhere. And if you have a problem, there are a few places along the way to stop. But because the road is so rough and because of the conditions of the freeze thaw and all that, I just didn't feel like safely. I mean, we were set up. First thing I did, it took me about 5 years to get ready to do this. And when Daddy pulled into a Walmart parking lot, and in 15 minutes, we got the big screen on, and there's some air conditioning flowing, and the generator's running, and then we're thinking about what we're cooking for supper.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm going to camp. Them days of sleeping on the tent,
on the ground,
that's over. Yeah. I get down, I can't get back up.
That's exactly right.
But we didn't get to do that. So we didn't. And then we didn't. So there's Alaska, Hawaii. We did not go to Maine.
Oh, wow.
Vermont.
New Hampshire. Okay.
And let's see. Didn't do Indiana.
Well, you didn't.
But I've been there before, so
it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
The highest banks in Indiana are at Indy 500 on Speedway Drive. Yeah.
Now I will say that surprisingly, and a lot of folks, I did not know this, but Idaho, if you get up into northern Idaho,
yeah,
man, that's beautiful. You ever been up there, Chris? Oh my gosh, that's one of the prettiest places in the United States. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Is Coeur d'Alene to the north, or no? Is that to the south? Boise, I forget.
Yeah, you get up north in Idaho. It's a mountain lake, beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely fantastic.
That's amazing.
People ask me all the time, say, Rick, what's your favorite? Of course, East Tennessee is as beautiful as any place there is in the country. Next, I would say Oregon.
Yeah,
Oregon is probably the most diverse state, as long as you stay out of the cities like Portland and you know. So funny, we'd be at the hot springs and people be coming to stay, Chris. And I'd always say, where y'all from? And they'd say, well, we're from Portland, but we've been there 25 years. We're looking to get out, because of all the craziness.
That's funny.
So good, there's still good folks out there. And we found that to be true wherever we was. We were in California. You get out of the big cities, it's just ranches and farmers. I mean, when you get out of the big cities, it's a whole different.
Oh, it is. I mean, when we drove the Pacific Coast Highway back in 2018, we met some amazing people. You hear all the bad stuff about California. Anywhere you go, any state, any place you travel, you're going to find your good and your bad people. We just happen to find a lot of good people.
We were in Escondido, California, and we'd found a campground that we were going to stay at. And I'd been driving for some time, and I had to go up this hill and to back into where I was. And as I started up that hill, it was pretty steep, and I had everything in 4-wheel drive low, and but I was pulling a lot of weight, and it was a steep incline. As I started up that hill, I went to hit my brakes to shift back in reverse so I could back down into where I was going with the 40-foot travel trailer, and I blowed out a caliper on my rear brakes. And when I did, all that fluid come out. And so we're going backwards.
Not good.
Not good. We're going backwards. And on the other side of where we were backing into was about a 30-foot drop down into a pond, big pond.
Goodness.
And so the only thing I could do was, thank goodness, I thought quick enough to hit the emergency brake and throw it up into park.
Wow.
Like to tore the transmission out. So I'm sitting here on this hill, and it's a 15-degree slope probably. I mean, it's steep.
Wow.
So I'm sitting here on this hill, and the owner of the campground, good old boy, he didn't know jack about doing nothing. He was just a business owner. I said, I'm stuck. I said, you know, my brake fluid's pouring out everywhere, you know. He said, hold on a minute. Let me run up here and get my man. I said, okay. Thank goodness those cough drops are working.
Yeah.
So here in about 5 or 10 minutes, I see him coming back on a golf cart with a 4-wheel drive John Deere huge backhoe. I mean, a big old 4-wheel drive backhoe with this old fella on it with a pair of blue jeans and a T-shirt and a pair of suspenders and a ball cap. I said, now we're doing something. We got somebody here who knows what's going on. So he pulls down there and he says, having a little trouble?
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I said, yeah. He said, well, here's what we're going to do. I said, okay. He said, you got anything I can strap to in front of that truck? I said, yeah, it's got hooks welded to the frame. And he said, all right. He said, you just sit right there. I said, I think I will. And he had a helper with him. And he told that helper, he said, run, get us he had brought some wood blocks with him to chop the wheels. I was afraid to get out and I wanted to stay in there in case, you know, something happened. And I told my wife, I said, you need to get out. She said, no, if we go down, I'm going with you. I said, all right.
Oh, God. Now that's a loving wife right there.
I'm telling you.
That's a keeper.
That's a keeper right there. She said, if we go down, I'm going with you. I said, all right. So he said, so he pulled up there in front of us and he turned that backhoe seat around to the bucket on that backhoe and had a Mexican fellow that was helping him. And he said, now, and he was telling him how to couple great old big, I'm talking about big old heavy duty log chains. He knew what he was doing. He said, no, don't wrap it like that. Wrap it like this. And he wrapped it around this way and that way and put a shankle, what I call a shankle, which is a U shape with a pin that goes to big heavy duty. He got us all hooked up. He said, okay. He said, here's what we're going to do. He said, can you back it in that hole right there? I said, well, yeah. He said, all right. He said, here's what I want you to do. He said, I want you to take your brake off, put it in neutral. And he said, I'm going to ease you back there. I was thinking, Lord, please let him know what he's doing. Because if you know, and I got out and watched him tie it to make sure it was, you know, and he knew exactly what he's doing. So he said, let me have it. And so I did. Man, that big old John Deere backhoe, I'm telling you what, 4-wheel drive. He had it about triple chained. We backed it about 60 foot down there and put it right in the hole. He said, you done a pretty good job. I said, you done a great job. And of course, then we had to pull the truck loose and have it towed and then had to redo the whole brake system. But we got done. I was sitting there talking to him. And next morning he come by. He said, you everything all right? I said, yeah. I said, boy, I appreciate you. Well, come to find out, that was his daddy's farm. And he grew up on that farm. And then this guy had bought it and made a campground out of it. It was, I don't know, it's 150 sites in there or something. I said, I'm sure everybody. Oh, hello. Hey, sorry. Give me a B. A B for backup.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I didn't mean to do that.
That's all right, my brother.
Oh,
so
my
anyway,
God.
the long and short of it is I told him, he said, I'm just a hillbilly. I said, a hillbilly? I said, I'm a hillbilly. He said, you see them hills right there? I said, yeah. He said, that's where I grew up. I'm a hillbilly. I said, okay.
Well, you know, rednecks are everywhere.
They may talk a little different, but they're right there with us.
They're all across the country. They ain't just in the South.
That's exactly right. And,
and thank God for that.
I'll tell you what, isn't that the truth?
He was probably in his early 70s. And he'd come by in the mornings, and I'd sit out there in the mornings. My wife and I drink coffee, and he'd come by and have a cup of coffee with us and just talk. You know, he's interesting. You know, he had a lot of talking about how things were before, you know, all the development and all that kind of stuff. But like you said, he knew exactly what he was doing. And that's what that fellow that run the place, he didn't know nothing about it. But it was good stuff on the program. So we enjoyed that awful well. Getting back to Miracle Method, and and all the different
Yeah.
things that you do. What's the time frame on? I mean, do you say what? I mean, I know just depending. It's like everything else. You're like the rest of us right now. One week you're so busy you can't stand it. Next week you're scheduling for another week. I mean, it's just in and out. But typically, Chris, when somebody wants something done, depending on what it is, it's a couple of weeks to a month or so getting them scheduled.
Of course, depending on the size of the project. If it's a bigger project if it's a multi-day thing, we're usually probably a week and a half, 2 weeks to get you on in that. But
Right.
If it's just a tub or something like that, that's a 1 day in and out or repair, we also do fiberglass repairs, chip repairs on things like that.
Yes,
So,
I wanted to talk about that.
yeah. But we can usually work you in within a week or so, or a couple of days, just depending on what
Right.
it is. We get to you as quick as we can.
Well, and builders, listen to me, rental people, and like my friend Anita at Cozy Mountain Cabins, Cozy with a Z. If you're looking for a 1-2 person tiny house or a chateau up on top of Cobbly Knob that'll sleep 20, she's got you covered. Cozy Mountain Cabins, call Anita, 865-660-0340. But somebody dropped something in that jacuzzi brand type tub, style tub, whatever kind. It might be an Aquaglass, whatever kind it is. We're not recommending brands on the program, but you got that fiberglass tub, and somebody dropped something, especially in new construction. And when I was building houses, never failed. About every house we did, sheetrock guy, plumber, electrician, somebody unequivocally would drop something in the tub. Hammer drops, something drops, chips it,
Oh, yeah.
Of course, everybody blamed it on, I didn't do that. That's there. Yeah, okay. Well, no, it wasn't when I put it in there.
I didn't do that.
Well, what we see a lot in new construction is, if you walk through a house, we talked before, those tub shower units are, they're put in at the basic framing stage. So
You got to, because the walls go around.
right, yeah, they're built in, they're part of the house. So
Right.
that actually, most of the time, that becomes a dumpster for
Yes, it
the
does.
amount for construction. So those things are, they get chipped, they get holes in them, and a lot of times, we've done a lot of repairs because they're damaged so much, just putting them in.
Somebody stands on the edge of it, and they've got a roofing nail stuck in their boot and don't even know it.
Well,
Scratch it,
that in, and a lot of repairs we do is, painters or somebody, whoever it is, whatever the trade is, they'll come in and they'll put a ladder in that.
Mhm.
They'll put a ladder in that tub or in that
Oh.
shower, and they'll punch a hole in the bottom of it. It'll be a small, it'll be a little crack in the top part, but the frame of the structure of it is blown out on the bottom.
Sure.
So, and we can repair that as well. So,
Right. And you told me this, and I didn't think about this, and this is how you do things. And this is one of the reasons we thank the world of Chris and his team. He said, look here, you find something like that, just wait until you get everybody out of there, and then let us come in and fix the other two that you'll find once they get done in the other bathroom, so we can get it all in one lick.
Well, that's it too. If you've got one problem, you don't want to cause another one later, then have to call them back out.
Yeah, you don't want, so just let it get done. Then on you walk, then you come through there and knock it out. How long does that take?
just depends on what it is. Chip, if it's the ladders in the bottom, breaking the bottoms of the tub, that's about a 6 to 8 hour process, but it's still a 1 day thing. It's usable the next day.
Right.
Chips and scratches and those things like that can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and that's just a touch up. We blend that repair.
Wow.
But so, any of those things,
Man, they can do it. You can't even tell.
we do,
awesome.
we do a lot of punch list stuff in new construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, get your punch list, write it down, let them come out there and knock it out, do it all while they're there. They're already set up, got all the tools, everything ready to roll.
Yeah, we
Can you do tile? Can you repair tiles? I didn't know. I mean,
not really, because the tile is, that's a glazed,
it's a glaze. It's not solid all the way through.
Well,
unless
it's
porcelain.
it's a glazed finish. So, you're not going to be able to refinish that to match the rest of them.
Right. So it's
A
going
lot of time, if there's, if it's damaged tile, and the tile is available, we'd be able to just pull it out, replace the tile, and regrout it. But if it's damaged on something on these older tiles that you're not going to be able to match the color or something like that, then that's when we come in and we can replace those tile with whatever color, then we finish the whole thing.
Well, and that's why we say, folks, you know, when you're building a house or doing a remodeling project or whatever you're doing, make sure when you order, especially if you're ordering something custom, try to get about 10% extra. You know, there's nothing worse than, I mean, if you're putting roofing shingles on your house or metal or whatever you're doing, have extra because that's going to come out of a lot number.
Yes.
And I don't care if it's weatherwood. If you don't have out of those lot numbers and you go back to get it, it's going to look different. Now, it may look a little different anyway if it's exterior because of weather and wear and those kinds of things that happen.
Yeah.
But if you got tile and you've got an extra tile, then he can go in there and replace it, and then you got a little extra grout. Everything looks like it's supposed to.
Especially if it's a colored or patterned tile of some kind,
right?
Glass tile, those types of things. Because, like you said, those batches from batch to batch are not going to match.
They're not going to match. And the other thing about it is when you get into specialty items, especially, you know, even in vinyl siding, they'll say if you've got a custom color that they don't stock. You know, or you've got a color that's just, you know, it's not considered a standard color. You say, well, we're one corner short. Well, good. You get to buy a whole box.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody else, you know, we can't tell you how long we're going to sit on that. You know, you need one piece of J channel. You got to buy a whole box of it. So unless it's white or something that they stock, you want to make sure you have those things and put them in the basement. Or, you know, store them in the building or do something, you know, have a couple extra pieces. You can't never tell when something's going to happen, and there's nothing worse than put something every time you go by it. You go, hey, boy, I don't match what they're doing.
Yeah.
That looks like dog.
Well, and check those lot numbers because anything you buy in lots, you know, you can get a color differential of some sort. And if the lot number is off just one number, one digit, I mean, it might be a different hue of what you're looking for. Because speaking from experience,
Another area where we do a lot is on these older homes. Folks are switching from the three controls,
right,
on your shower to the one control.
Yep.
So, you know, they come in there, have your plumber do their thing, get your new valve in there. We can come back, put that tile back around it, refinish it.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, we do that. We do that quite a bit.
You could do that in a fiberglass tub too, couldn't you?
Yes, we can repair the holes in fiberglass as well. We do that.
How cool is that?
We do that. We do that a lot. In we get calls from plumbers, guys have cut the holes.
Yeah, we got that narrow off just a little.
Well, or cut in the wrong side of the.
Oh God!
Right on the left. So,
that's a bad day.
Yeah, but we can repair. We can repair that as well. We can fix those holes. And you don't have to.
It's a never-ending list, folks. I'm going to tell you something. That's why I say don't let do-it-yourself come do it to yourself. Yep. If you think that you're going to build your house or you're going to do a remodeling project and everything's going to be perfect, go ahead and start drinking. Because it ain't going to happen. No, I'm just
no, we're not encouraging drinking. No.
Just kidding. That's a joke. Just kidding. But you know, something happens down the line. I mean, people make mistakes. We're all human. That happens. I've done plenty of it. You know. I've measured twice and cut once when I should have measured 4 times and cut once. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that, you know, that's the great thing about what Miracle Method does. And these are things that I didn't even think about.
No.
You know, drilling the wrong side of the tub shower.
We do it.
Wow.
What do you think?
I bet you do. I bet.
But I mean, it saves those guys having to rip that thing out because at that point, sheetrock's usually in.
Yeah.
Right? So,
and then somebody's not going to be happy when they have to come back with a 2 or 3 piece, a tub and the tub surround
and that's
and all that.
Too. The house is done, the framing's done. You're not getting it out, and you're not getting it back in. So
exactly.
Wow.
Ooh boy, I'd like to tell that homeowner's wife,
man. But that's great that they can do all of that and salvage somebody's mistake and fix it up. It looks new, everything's fine.
Yeah, literally, when they're done, you can't tell a thing.
That's so awesome.
You just can't tell a thing, and
that's why we like to get into the house and do the the in-home estimates, because we can explain that stuff to folks that folks
Sure.
don't realize.
Right.
You know, we can give folks that option. You know, if they've just bought an older home from the 70s, 80s, even 90s that have the triple controls, you want to upgrade that to,
Right.
that's a huge upgrade for your bathroom. And folks think, well, I got to rip this whole wall down, I got to redo all the tile, I got to redo all. You don't have to.
Right.
Just get your, we rebuild those walls all the time just from, water damage. Those
Sure.
tiles get loose. We repair those tile surrounds all the time.
Right.
And then put them back and then refinish.
Well,
them.
and so many of those tile walls, if you talk about them houses in the 60s and the 70s, they just throw sheetrock up. Sometimes green board, sometimes not.
No,
and they
it's sheetrock.
It's just sheetrock.
It's sheetrock and it's mastic and it's falling off the walls. So
Exactly.
and we can anywhere where that moisture gets to it, that mastic's not going to stick. It's done.
It's done.
Right. We can, we'll pull that off, replace basically, halfway up, put that back, refinish the whole thing, and then we're still in and out. Most of the time, we can still. That may add a day to the process, but
Sure.
we're still out in days instead of weeks.
Right. So goodness. Just things, just the evolution of products getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have a website?
Yes, sir. MiracleMethod.com / Knoxville.
And how do they reach you on the phone too, brother?
865-693-5522.
865-693-5522.
Miracle Method.
Miracle Method. I promise you.
/ Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They do a great job.
Wow. You should be able to just put in miraclemethod.com and it brings you to Knoxville.
Brings you to Knoxville. Okay.
And you travel not just Knoxville. I mean, you love it up here in Sevierville and Pigeon Forge.
Oh, we do Pigeon Forge, Sevierville. Yes, absolutely.
Gatlinburg,
anywhere around.
or folks over Morristown, wherever the sound of my voice is, they'll come see you.
We go to Morristown, we go Kingston, that far west as well.
And then when it gets even further west, your brother's got he's going to get Chattanooga and
Nashville.
So
goodness,
so that we got you covered.
Wow.
You need something done on tub, bathroom, floor. Well, yeah, they got you. Goodness. They got you covered, brother.
And go see them at the Remodeling Expo.
Remodeling Expo, April 4th through the 6th over at Chilhowie Park. And I love to go over there.
Yeah.
They do a great job with that. That's a family-owned business.
Mm-hmm.
And same folks been doing that for years and years and years. And a dear friend of ours, Kim's been with them. I think she's been over 30-plus years. And, man, what a great job they do. We're going to take that next time out. We come back, we're going to talk more restoration, remodeling. Phone lines are open, 865-932-7449. Let it ring a while. We'll probably have a heart attack because that's just the way it is these days. However, the Miracle Method text line is open, 865-255-3911. You're listening to Rick's House. It's Saturday morning. Don't go nowhere, youngins. We're just getting fired up. The steroids have kicked in from the good old doc this morning. So I didn't even drive here. So I just put my backpack on and run up here. Both canes and everything. All right, you listen to Rick's House. Hang on.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinions. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, and let me tell you about one of my favorite companies, Top Septic. If you need a new drain field, or maybe you're having a problem with your existing drain field, or maybe the septic tank just needs to be pumped, they are the folks that can handle it for you. They know what they're doing. They're an American-owned company run by a veteran who wants to give you the type of service that you're expecting. Top Septic. Call them today, 865-599-1690. 865-599-1690.
Looking for the perfect storage solution? Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage is the area's premier self-storage facility. Located next to the Home Depot at the Allensville Square Center in Sevierville, we offer climate-controlled and non-climate-controlled units, plus indoor RV and boat storage. Enjoy top-notch amenities like 24-hour surveillance and 3 covered unloading zones. Need to unload a tractor-trailer or a truck? We have a loading dock too. Sign up today and get 1 month free plus a complimentary True Shine car wash. Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage, the perfect solution for your storage needs.
Right now at Napa Auto Parts in Sevierville, save up to 50% on Chevron Techron fuel system cleaners, starting at $549 each. Save up to 34% on select Armor All products. Super Clean cleaner and degreaser starts at $879 each. Save up to 21% on select car care accessories. Toolbox shop towels starting at $279 each. And a pair of Evercraft utility gloves just $9.99 at Napa Auto Parts on the Parkway in Sevierville. Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at BearlandAuction.com and on Facebook.
Mix 105.5 is powered by Rocky Top Auto Group, Sevier County's only Jeep, Ram, and Ford dealerships. Get an award-winning customer experience, Saturday service, and Rocky Top Auto Group's lifetime warranty. Shop anytime at RockyTopAutoGroup.com.
What happens when you take 20 years of experience hanging metal on NASCARs and you put that into another business? The business I'm talking about, Miracle Method Resurfacing in Knoxville. My buddy Chris Stacy and his team are there for the detail, there for as good as a job can get. They understand working with tight tolerances and working with a finish that has to be almost perfect. If you're thinking about redoing your countertop, maybe you're thinking about redoing that avocado green bathtub, or maybe you're thinking about that epoxy floor for your hot rod in your garage. Think nowhere else. Miracle Method of Knoxville is the place that can help your dreams come true about that new tile surface or any other finish in your home. Call them today, 865-693-5522. 865-693-5522. Tell them Rick's House sent you.
PreferredModularHomes.com. Whether you want to change some decor items or come in with a floor plan sketched out on a napkin, we're confident we can help you create the home of your dream. PreferredModularHomes.com. 865-512-9251. 865-512-9251. 7140 Clinton Highway. Come see us today. Talk to Ben. Talk to Scott. Get that modular built for a lifetime. PreferredModularHomes.com.
Waking up between you and Mama every Saturday morning. Lord, it must be a big old bed. You're listening to Rick's House.
Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program, and we appreciate you here, 105.5 The Mix, and we're here every Saturday morning from 7:30 to 9:30. My buddy Chris Stacy in the house with this morning, Miracle Method. Give them a call today. Let them help you with whatever finish you need help with.
especially in those bathrooms and garages and kitchens and all kinds of places like that. 865-693-5522. miraclemethod.com/Knoxville. Is that right, my brother? So we appreciate you doing that. As always, always trying to give you the best information that we can. And who we got, Skip?
Hey, what's up, buddy? All right,
All right, let's see who we got going on this morning. I appreciate that. Phone lines 865-932-7449. We'd love to hear from you. And the Miracle Method message line at 865-255-3911. Who is it?
I got us a caller, but hang on just a second.
Can you send them? Just put them on live.
I wish I could, but I can't.
All right.
I might start doing that if this keeps up.
Phone's being contrary this morning.
WSEV-FM, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Hey, I leaned on the keyboard and it went off.
All right. We're getting that work done, by the way. So we'll get that done.
Yeah, you keep talking over there.
All right. I'll keep doing what I do. We did find, and we're going to do this. Miss Ruby, we'll do this one for you here in a little while. We're going to do the Fat Boys in the Kitchen. There we go.
Now he's on hold.
All right. Who we got on the phone?
Right, we have got Shane is on the phone. There we go with Shane.
Shane, good morning. Are you with me?
Oh, hang on. There he is.
There you are. Good morning, brother.
Good morning. I was going to ask your guest what their minimum square footage is for garage finishing.
There's no minimum. No job too small, no job too big.
Oh wow, that's unusual. Then I'll need to get your. I'll go ahead and write your information down while I'm here, and then I'll go on your website, look at some colors, and have you come out.
Yes, sir. We'll be happy to come out and take a look at it.
Absolutely, brother. What part of the world you in?
I'm here in Seymour, so yeah.
Yeah, good deal. He covers that, no problem.
Well, that's where I live, so
that's right. And if you said you ever were in El Centro, California, you've been about to the end of the earth. Then that's all I've got to say about it.
Brother, I'm going to tell you, El Centro, California in August is horrible.
Hey, it is horrible, and there's nothing out. Well, there used to be nothing out there but a Navy base and a little bitty dirty town.
Well, the town has gotten a little bit better, I will say that. But you know,
it's gotten bigger.
It has. You know, they filmed American Sniper.
Yeah,
that was filmed in El Centro.
Oh yeah, there's not a doubt. I mean, it's a desert, and
were you out there in the service?
Yeah, I was. Then my father was. There was a time when we were out there that it hadn't rained, and I don't know, probably any appreciable rain in about 3 years or so.
Oh yeah.
And the young kids were running around with their tongues out when it was raining because they'd never seen rain before. They were so young, they didn't remember it raining. They're running around out in the streets with their tongues out because they're just amazed.
Well, brother, thank you for your service. This is no joke. When we were there, we were in a travel trailer in a really nice park, which is in the folks from up north. The snowbirds would come down, but they wouldn't come to like September or October when it cooled off. Literally, it was 121 degrees. They had this thing called a heat dome.
Yeah.
Not feels like. I'm talking about actual temperature, and they had it on.
Oh yeah.
Not to go. I had 3 air conditioners running. We was living in one room. I'm talking about dying. I said, we got to get out of here. It's so hot the devil wouldn't even come there.
Oh no, it's hot. I don't know if you ever had any of the snakes fall off the power poles out there, but that's an interesting thing. See snakes up on power poles.
I'll tell you what we did get into out there. You know, they've got they do a lot of, that's a big area for honeybees.
Yeah.
And it's not so much the production of honey as it is, there's actually they raise queen bees and sell them to these other honey people. Well, my wife got stung by a group of African honeybees and ended up in the ER. I mean, you talking about them things is nasty.
Oh yeah, that whole environment out there. There's a lot of stuff out there in that area that's nasty. You don't want to get out in that desert roaming around,
brother. I'm telling you what, they stuff out there that hurt you.
Oh yeah, and it don't even feel bad when it does it to you. It's just it's just part of life out there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like maybe I'm gonna get some relief from this heat.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
It
brother,
is
we
miserable.
appreciate you. Yeah, give old Chris a call, and he'll be glad to come
I'll
out there
give
and
him
look
a
at it.
call, but that's pretty amazing. No job too small, so that'll work then.
Yes, sir. We do.
Thank you very much.
We've done that epoxy floor on. We've done that on some bathrooms for folks as well. So we'll.
Oh my gosh, no, it's a lot bigger than that. It's just a little workshop that I want done.
Oh
so.
yeah, we can do that. I have a hard time saying no, so we'll be happy to come out and take a look at what you got.
I like your style then. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Look
Shane,
forward to seeing
thank you, brother. Thanks for calling us this morning. All right, them phone lines is open, 865-932-7449, 865-932-7449. You know, that's the thing, Chris. Somebody's got a need, you know, hey, you got to set up anyway. It don't matter if you're doing big or small, or, I mean, you know, it's part of the deal.
You know, a lot of times we go in there, you know, we'll go to a customer's house and look, you know, just look at the tub, and they don't, like I said, they don't know what we can do. You know, they don't know that we can refinish your tile. We can refinish your tile floors. You know,
Right.
we can do your tile walls. You don't have to rip those things down.
Right.
People don't know their options. So,
well, you get out there and they go, hey, can you do this? You're like, yeah, we can do that while we're here.
We just let them know. It's a, hey, you know, while we're here, just in case I don't know what your plans are, but you know, in the future, like kitchen countertops, right? Some of those things are outdated.
Exactly.
We've got some really strange greens and browns and blues and all those other things. You know, we can refinish those things.
Right.
You know, a lot of vanities they're not standard size from those older homes. You know, so they're built into a nook kind of thing, and it's an odd shape, it's an odd size.
Exactly.
You know, we can refinish those vanity tops. A lot of times the sinks aren't. You know, they're the small drop-in sinks. A lot of times they're not. It's really not economical to refinish those.
Right.
But you know, you can go get you a new one, and even if it doesn't fit, we can reshape it.
Right.
Drop that thing back in that vanity for you.
See, that's
So,
handy.
yeah. So we try to be. You know, we try to solve problems. You know, we try to be. We're growing. We're working to try to be your one-stop shop for everything short of tearing down your walls and redoing something. So, and eventually we'll get to that too. But for now, we want to be, we want to be the, the answer to, the, bath fitters, West Shore Homes, and those guys that come in and rip stuff out, or, you know, bath fitters.
Don't give an alternative.
Well, we're an alternative to that. We're cheaper, and we're actually a better option, because bath fitters is normally what they do. They're putting something over top of what's there, and I could show you pictures of the stuff when we rip those things out, because they inevitably do leak, because they depend on silicone for sealing instead of flanges and things like that. So those are pieces that stuck in the corners, and they're glued to the walls. And they're depending on a bead of silicone to keep those things from leaking. So inevitably they do leak, and they wind up causing more problems than they solve over time. And they are extremely expensive up front. So,
well, one of the things that we've always said on Rick's House, and this is just my opinion, and everybody's got one, and you're all entitled to it, but it's not in my DNA to put something good over something bad.
Right.
I don't care what it is. You know, people ask me all the time. I got into a discussion one time with a guest that I had on, who's a very popular home improvement person, that this particular person had an opinion about roofing, about putting another roof on top of an existing roof, which the manufacturer allows.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me what my opinion was. The listener asked me what my opinion was on, and I said, yeah, they're right. You can do that. But why would you take a chance on when it doesn't cost, but at that time, X amount? I said, how many square you got? They told me. I said, it doesn't cost but this much more money to pull all that off and look at the deck. Because I promise you, if you've got a leak and it's coming through your ceiling downstairs, you probably got some rotten plywood needs to come off there. Why would you put something good over something bad?
You know, I can see it. I can see covering up the rest of it, but that doesn't make sense to me to not fix a problem. Me
and you's on the same page.
Well, you're doing it. you're, just the same reason folks call us, right? You're calling us because you have a problem that needs to be solved, be it cosmetic or be it structural, be it something that being whatever the problem is, you're calling us to solve it. So to me, it doesn't make sense. You have to fix that problem first before you can do anything over and above that. We run those same issues with cracked bottoms of tubs,
right?
And we don't know, until we get in there, we don't know the damage that's been done to the subfloor underneath, right? You don't know how long it's been leaking. A lot of times it's probably been leaking for quite a while, especially if it's a home that has a crawl space, right? So nobody sees it. It's not on the second floor. You don't know the leak's there, right?
Right.
Could be a small crack that could have been leaking for years. So what's underneath there, not only is the bottom of the tub soft, it needs to be repaired. Once we pull that out, we're going to have to do a lot of times some fairly extensive repairs to we're going to have to pull that flooring up, put new flooring down, and then, which can be done. And still at that point, it's still, even if it adds a day to the project, we're still in and out of there 2 days.
Sure.
And at a fraction of the cost of replacement.
Yeah. Well, and since we're on the subject of telling the truth, which is what you're going to get here, we're going to give you our opinion.
Exactly.
And you can have your own, and that's fine. And we're not going to get mad about yours.
No.
But what he's saying is not everybody does things the way that we think they should be done.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if you've got a tub or a shower or those kinds of things that's properly supported underneath, then you're less likely to have one of those issues unless you drop something or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
How many tubs that you see or tub shower units would you say are supported property underneath?
Zero.
As
far as what we've ran, otherwise, folks wouldn't be calling us.
Yeah.
Right. So, those things, shower pans, shower units, bathtubs, fiberglass tubs are supposed to be set into a mortar bed to support that bottom.
That's exactly right.
So, and I'm going to say 99.9% of them are not. Yeah.
So when Big Daddy steps in there and puts it under the pressure, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
You've got an 1/8-inch piece of fiberglass to hold that with no support, especially if where your drain hole is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a prime example. On my camper, I'm going to have to get Chris to fix it. It's got a 4-foot shower in it, and there's a center drain. Okay. I pulled the front of that off because that's cracked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we've temporaried it until he slows down and we got time to get him
engineered
it. We did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what they've done is instead of cutting a small, area to do it, it's cut 2, foot in each direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then the support stops there. There's nothing around that center drain. So every time I step on it, it's flexing.
Wow.
Well, it's a plastic.
Yeah.
It's in a camper.
It's in a camper. Yeah.
Okay. It's plastic anyway. So it's not going to hold up unless olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to carry Ricky. Well, the same holds true in your residential house.
Mm-hmm.
It's built to hold a certain amount, but it's also built, as Chris says, to be set in a mortar bed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it, you're going to have a problem.
Wow.
I mean, they'll last. Obviously, there's things around that have lasted for quite a while, but when that damage happens, you are going to have to come in there and repair it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's the nature of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's so funny. We'll step over a dime we'll step over $1 to pick up a dime.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, there are procedures that I'm telling you that you're not saving money.
Mm-hmm.
All you're doing is delaying the result.
Yes.
And the end result is a whole lot more expensive than just doing it right to start with.
You're putting the Band-Aid on it to start when it's gushing, and you need more than a Band-Aid.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm looking at their website right now, loving all the colors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Dark finishes. You got medium finishes, light finishes, solid finishes. My goodness.
Oh, he'll make that stuff beautiful for you. Ain't
purty. It purty, as we like to say. It purty.
He does good work
That's awesome.
For a feller. I'm going to tell you.
That's
all right.
awesome.
Before we go to the timeout, I don't cough my head off again.
I know. It'll be a couple more weeks. You'll get rid of that. It'll go. It'll go.
The thing about it is I don't have a fever and I ain't sick. I ain't got none of that. I just got this congestion. And, it's 70 degrees one day and 20 the next. like yesterday, it was 70-something degrees. Now it's going to be 27.
Exactly.
I mean, it's hard to get East Tennessee. Welcome.
Yeah.
If you don't like the weather, just hang around for a minute. It'll change.
It'll change, yeah.
So let's take the time out. And then when we come back, Miss Ruby, we love Miss Ruby. She's a faithful listener to the program.
Oh, yeah.
We love her. And so she always likes it when we do something neat. So when we come back, we're going to do the Fat Boys recipe when we come back from that. But until then, we're going to take you to the timeout. Listen, phone lines are open. See, we'll be nice to you if you call. Might take us a minute to get you on, but it's okay. 865-932-7449. You got a question for myself, Chris, or Skip. Also, on the Miracle Method message line, 865-255-3911. We could be right back, y'all. Hang on.
WSEV-FM, Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee's new mix, 105.5.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show on the road. Let me tell you about my friends at Knoxville Salvage and Old City Kitchens. Joel Popper and the team there have been friends of this program for a long time, and they want to be your friend. Friends, they have got the best cabinets, the best products. You say, Rick, is it seconds? No, everything's first quality. They do have some seconds if you want to get a deal, but not on kitchens and not on about everything they have in the store. So trust me, they're part of our team. They want to be part of your team. And in this environment where building materials are going through the roof, they're going to have the best prices on the best products in Knoxville or anywhere in the surrounding area. Call them today. See them online. KnoxvilleSalvage.com, OldCityKitchens.com. A Rick's House favorite. Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinions. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561.
For beautiful decorative stones personalized with the message of your choice, visit Sandman's Workshop, 182 Old Mill Avenue in Pigeon Forge. Choose a stone from their selection, and the artisans at Sandman's Workshop will add family names, business names, pet names, just about anything. Get a marker for your overnight rental property, or let Sandman's Workshop create a pet memorial. Builders, Sandman's Workshop can inscribe bricks noting a family name or date of construction. Visit Sandman's Workshop next to Pigeon Forge Soap Company, 182 Old Mill Avenue in Pigeon Forge. Learn more at sandmansworkshop.com.
Looking for the perfect storage solution? Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage is the area's premier self-storage facility. Located next to the Home Depot at the Allensville Square Center in Sevierville, we offer climate-controlled and non-climate-controlled units, plus indoor RV and boat storage. Enjoy top-notch amenities like 24-hour surveillance and 3 covered unloading zones. Need to unload a tractor-trailer or a truck? We have a loading dock, too. Sign up today and get 1 month free, plus a complimentary True Shine car wash. Highway 66 Climate and Mini Storage, the perfect solution for your storage needs.
It's March, and that means it's time for Foothills Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale. Stop in at Foothills Furniture on Newport Highway during the month of March to register to win a catnapper recliner valued at over $900. Plus, Kingsdown mattress sets are 35% off. Recliners as low as $399. Leather recliners, $549. Lamps and decor up to 50% off, and so much more. Foothills Furniture, 2509 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, Saturday from 10 to 4. On the web at foothillsfurniture.net or call 865-429-8400. Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
When severe weather strikes, Mix 105.5 is here to provide the latest information with your severe weather alert. Brought to you by Sevier County Electric System. When you change phones, no matter if it's a landline or cell phone, make sure Sevier County Electric System has your new phone number.
Discover a world of pleasure with Sexy Stuff. Let our expert staff guide you through our extensive adult toy and lingerie selection. With over 25 years of experience, Sexy Stuff is your destination on Highway 66 in Sevierville. Sexy Stuff. We got the stuff.
Mix 105.5 is powered by the all-new Rocky Top Ford, now open in our state-of-the-art location with our same great staff at 850 Winfield Dunn Parkway between Wilderness of the Smokies and Chick-fil-A. Rocky Top Ford, your Smoky Mountain Ford headquarters.
Hey, y'all, this is Rick Allen, host of Rick's House Home Improvement Radio Show. Let me tell you, I know a little something about mobility issues. I know a little something about taking care of mom and dad and grandparents and things you do when you're supposed to. That's why I trust Chris and his team at Miracle Method. They've got a safety package. A safety package that converts that tub in your house. But the main thing is it's going to give them an easy step in. It's going to give them grab bars that are added right. It's going to give them the flexibility to have that independence and you the knowledge of knowing that you've taken care of mom and dad. Miracle Method. Find them online today. Miracle Method. 865-693-5522. For safety is a priority. Good Saturday morning to you. Welcome back to Rick's House. Thanks for joining us on the program. My buddy Chris Stacy in the house, Miracle Method, and we're going to talk about some stuff, other things that they do here coming up shortly. Miss Ruby's listening to us this morning. We always appreciate Miss Ruby. We got a new segment that we've done over the years. We're going to do this. We may do it every week. We may not. It's kind of short. We're going to do that. Now, to set this up, in the intro that you hear for Rick's House, we had another intro that we used for a long time, and then with all these things, we had to change it. And so the group of guys that do our intro, my buddy Rick Bernetti, who was known as Nicky Bernetti for Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods. He was a Herman's Hermit. He was also the drummer for the band Star Shower that played in Ringo Starr's club. Now, I've got a video of him and Ringo Starr playing drums together. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. The organ part of the Rick's House intro was done by John Keith Evans, who was also in Star Shower, and who's my brother from another mother in Atlanta, and he does promo work. So I told him about an idea that Rick and I had about our country recipes, like hillbilly pate and things. So this is what he come up with, and we're going to start utilizing it in the show from Brother Dermetti, who has passed on. And Keith's still out there making it happen. So, if you please, sir.
Fat boys in the kitchen, working on a new recipe. Wonder what it's gonna come up with today. Fat boy can cook.
I love me some Fat Boy.
Fat boys in the kitchen.
Hey, that's awesome.
Is that awesome?
That is awesome.
That's Keith and his wife Tammy that did that for me, and he just comes up with all kinds of stuff. What a great job he does! I'll have to call him and tell him that that we utilize that. But so today's recipe is called Tennessee onions.
Oh,
now this one caught me, and I said, you know what? Now, one of my dear friends in the whole world, since we've been arguing since the 7th grade. He wins most of the time, but I get in there sometimes. His people's from Nebraska.
Okay.
And his papa says when you get to feeling a little sick, you got to eat an onion sandwich. Now you think about that.
Yeah, but
what happens? Now just think about that, man. Now we're talking about country knowledge. We're talking about country people knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's a good Vidalia onion, that don't sound too bad.
No, yeah.
It can be a sweet one.
It can be a sweet one. Put some seasoning on it, whatnot, and something to go with it.
What happens if you leave if you take an onion and cut it in half and put it in a plate and leave it in your house overnight? What happens to it? Do you know?
I give up because I've never done that.
It will absorb every impurity in the air that it can.
Wow.
That's why you're not supposed to leave cut onions out because they have a property in them where it absorbs things in the air. So that's where this came from.
Okay.
The old people said, eat you an onion sandwich out of that'll make you feel better, or put an onion out and it'll get the germs out of there. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know.
The science of an onion, I don't know.
But the science of an onion, maybe somebody out there can tell us. So, Tennessee onions, Miss Ruby. 3 sweet onions, sliced 1/4-inch slices. 1.5 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, or more to taste if you like it a little spicy.
We like it spicy.
We like it spicy. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 4 tablespoons of butter, cut into 6 slices. If you're Skip and or Amy, and you have to eat different than that, you can use a non-dairy butter.
Non-dairy butter.
1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese.
Okay.
Or simply true cheese if imitation plant-based cheese, which is delicious.
Better good, whatever, yeah.
Better good, whatever you like. A cup of shredded mozzarella, same thing there. Half a teaspoon of dried oregano, got to get a little taste to it. And a 1/4 cup of grated cheese. Arrange half of the onions in the bottom of a 9x13 casserole dish. Sprinkle with half the Cajun seasoning, half the garlic powder. Repeat with remaining onions. Layer it, seasoning, garlic pepper. Put the butter on the top. Top evenly with cheddar and mozzarella cheese. Sprinkle oregano all over it. Put it in the oven. Bake preheated until the onions are tender. Cheese is melted, bubbly, and golden brown around the edges. About 35 minutes. Come on. That sounds delicious to me.
Does sound good.
Does that sound?
Well, once you had the seasonings in the cheese, yeah, but just a flat onion sandwich, I don't know. But yeah, when you had the accoutrements to it, yeah.
You could even dice that up, make a dip out of it. Come on.
Oh, hey, there's something.
Maybe hit a little sour cream in there. Little plant-based sour cream.
Little tofu.
I love tofu. I'm going to tell you right now. You can make chicken nuggets, everything out of that stuff. It'll taste like anything you season it with.
I can make bacon out of tofu. Tell you what.
I'm telling you, it's good stuff on the program. So, Fat Boys in the Kitchen, that's today's recipe. We'll put it up on the website, Tennessee Onions.
Oh, my goodness.
That kind of stuff. Chris, you guys are doing a lot of other things that people are asking you to do, and we wanted to talk a little bit about that this morning. Here as we, at 10 minutes after, as we head toward the 9:30 hour. I think one of the things that I like best about Miracle Method and why we get along as well as we do is you see and recognize the importance of taking something that's older but's really good and solid that we don't get anymore.
Absolutely.
And freshening it up.
Yeah, we can do that with we've been talking about the tile, and the fiberglass units and the bathroom things. We're branching out into cabinet refacing. So
I love that.
It's a similar situation. A lot of the newer cabinets that you get, or even, custom cabinets that's a price tag these days that, it's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
So
get you some at 20,000 plus. Go ahead.
20,000 is not going to get you very much.
Yeah, I know.
But if in these older homes,
I should have said 40 plus.
Yeah, probably more than that. It's anything custom on it's going to add a couple zeros when you say that word, right?
Right.
No, but in these older homes, from the 80s, 70s, I keep harping on that, but those are the homes that are still that were very well built at the time. That was before the track building got to be such a thing, and the homes were built slower. They were built better. Everything in the home was built better. Most of your custom, Home Depot and Lowe's were a thing, but they weren't a thing to the extent they are these days. Like you couldn't go in a Lowe's or Home Depot at that time and buy a full set of cabinets and put them up. Right. Most of your kitchen cabinets or any cabinetry
were done by specialty companies.
Done by specialty, they're custom fit to the home, and they were built out of better materials. But just like anything of that era, it's dated, right? The hinges now are obviously, we have much better technology for that kind of stuff. A lot of those cabinets and stuff were, they had the exposed exterior hinges, just the old black ones that there, and they had
Ain't no adjustment.
no adjustment. Little
but-
screws. The screws come loose, they fall out, and they've been, they're half hanging on, all hanging on by a thread still these days. So, with cabinet refacing, what we can do is we come in there, we get you new doors, new facing, which is the doors and the drawer facing. Also, we also can give you new drawer boxes with the soft close sliders. A lot of those kitchen cabinets, the drawers they don't open very well. They're half hanging on.
wood on wood.
They're out, and and the boxes themselves are coming apart. These boxes are Amish made. They're good, solid. Solid. I'm not sure what the wood they use, but it's Amish made. They're dovetail connected. They're good, solid boxes, drawer boxes, and the sliders. So you get your new drawer boxes, new sliders, new facing on all of that. We have a multiple different designs, lots of different colors, and we can do what's called refacing of the cabinet, which would be we can attach just a thin veneer of a new color, be it a wood grain or different colors, or we can refinish the existing boxes. Okay.
Right. Because you got something to work with there. You got real wood.
Yeah. So we can refinish it in a solid color, of what's available. We have colors that match the colors on the doors. So, and this is a process that comes in, like I said, you get everything new. You get soft closed doors, they're hidden hinges. You can choose. We usually ask the folks to, for your pulls, if you want the pulls on the doors and the drawers, pick those out, and then and we can install them for you, whatever design you want. So
right,
you can pick those up about any
soft close.
Everything's soft close. Drawers are soft close.
Wow.
The doors are soft close. And then this, that's a process that can, the average kitchen is around 20 to 25 faces, meaning doors and drawers. We've looked at them that size, and actually this week we looked at one that was 92.
Wow.
Wasn't just a kitchen. That was a kitchen, a laundry room, and a little office area also. But and that's, on a project that size, if you were to come in there and get all new cabinets, rip all that stuff out, then, you're looking at probably 2 or 3 zeros on that one.
Absolutely.
That's not going to be done, and we're going to be in and out of there. That whole process, it probably takes us about a week and a half to get that done. And so, it's a great option for folks.
And if they've got something that they want to change, they got a cabinet somewhere that they want to be a little bit different.
Well,
you
on
can
that
do
particular
too.
project there, we're getting rid of a stove oven combination because she has a double oven already. So we're getting rid of that thing, and we're putting in a new cabinet. We're gonna redo that section of countertop. We're going to refinish the rest of our countertops, make them, update those, and then we're going to replace that section of countertop and put her a drop-in stovetop in that area. Right. So she's gaining storage underneath. She's getting rid of a kind of an eyesore of a stove that's well outdated. And so these, a lot of those older homes, they had the glass doors, see-through cabinet doors, which is some folks like them, some folks don't.
Right.
So that's an option as well.
That was a thing back in the late 80s.
It was a thing.
It was a thing.
I did the same thing in my basement 10 or 15 years ago, just because I thought it looked cool.
Right.
And once I did all that, I realized how neat and tidy you had to keep your cabinets.
Right.
So
we did that too.
Yeah,
and it was like,
either way, this this is an option to get rid of those things if that's something you don't like.
Right.
That's also it's another way to update your kitchen without having to rip everything out.
Right. And the kitchens are that's a focal point, especially if you got kids.
Well, just think about it. Anytime you have people over to the house, you may have a big screen in the living room and everything else, but where do people wind up standing?
In the kitchen.
They always stand up in the kitchen because that's where the food is.
Right. Exactly.
Right. People don't leave the kitchen until the food leaves the kitchen.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
That's the truth.
It is.
So, that's something we're offering. That's something we're moving into, and folks really seem to like it, and it gives folks an option. It's a lot more economical for folks that are, if it's a rental home and you're trying to update it,
Sure.
or if you're flipping a house, or something like that. Which we do quite a bit of work with the folks that are doing those things. Rental properties are a big thing.
Absolutely.
Especially up in Gatlinburg,
Yeah, I know y'all spend a lot of time up here.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do a lot of repairs up there, but there's a lot of those things are bought and sold all the time, and a lot of them need a lot of updating.
Sure.
Right? So, and this is a lot quicker. That gets those folks gets that thing updated a lot quicker than having to rip them out and start over.
Right.
So it saves them quite a bit of money.
Absolutely. And you can imagine how much use those things get. I mean, holy moly.
Oh my.
Especially, with folks and, coming in and out as often as many people, 13 million coming through here.
Mm-hmm.
That's 13 to 16 million, depending on who you talk to every year.
That's a staggering number. Once I heard that's just a couple of years ago, I heard that number about people that come through here. And to put that in perspective, you think of, Yellowstone and those areas right there, they get, 4 to 5 million people go through that?
Yeah. Smoky Mountains is the most visited national park in the country.
Yep. Yeah,
by bunches,
by multiples. And so,
yeah, it really is.
Folks think that, those things out west are the big, most visited ones, and it's not even close. So it's crazy. It's crazy the number of people that come through this area.
And you've got all those rental properties. You got people coming in and out of there every 3 nights, every 4 nights, every week, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
Some treat the home
like
cabins,
theirs.
theirs. Some
some don't.
Yeah, and a lot of those places, they're turned over twice, more or less, in 8 days. Right?
Yeah,
And, I guess it'd be 10.
Yeah,
but they're turning those places over 2 times in 10 days most of the time, and so
it's a lot of use.
It's a lot of use, but that also doesn't give them a lot of time to get any repairs and things like that done.
Because if it's sitting, it ain't making money.
That's it. And if you got to pull it off the rental program to get work done, I mean, that's money lost.
And we can, the majority of the time, we can get a refinish done or we can get a repair done for those guys, and in between the time of checkout and check in.
Wow,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
efficiency, my brother.
Efficiency.
If it's a small, if it's a small enough repair, we can make that. We can make that between that 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock turnover.
Well, you got to think about too, and this is one of the things in the commercials that we talk about, and this is something I really appreciate about the job Chris and his team does. You hear me talking about 20 years of hanging metal on NASCARs. That's something you just don't slap up.
No, I think we talked about it before.
We've talked about it before.
We had tolerances of 70 thousandths of an inch over 70,000. That's a 16th, basically, 16th of an inch.
For something that's going 200 miles an hour around the track.
Yeah,
and especially the latest version of these things are. I'm not sure what the tolerances are now, but 10 years ago when I quit that, basically I would say over 85% of the cars tolerance is 70 thousandths of an inch.
Now, that's about as close to perfect as you can get.
That's pretty darn close. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Every bit of aerodynamics you can find.
So when he understands as close as he gets.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we say that, because if you're thinking about something being perfect, then you need to back off just because ain't nothing perfect. There wasn't one perfect, and that ain't what we're talking about in the house. Come on.
Yeah,
or a remodel, but you can get off close.
Absolutely.
Close.
That's awesome.
So they just call the Miracle Method number.
Yep.
And
just give us a call.
Just give a call at that 865-693-5522.
Yep. But when you go
online,
when you go online to their website, it's got the main website, I guess nationally, but there's a big spot. Can't miss it. It says put in your zip code for your closest location. You put in your zip code, and it gives you all the number, address, information, everything you need right there.
Right. And he's all over us up here. So, Sevierville, Kodak, Straw Plains, Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Newport, Morristown, Talbot. Come on, Newmarket. Who'd I forget?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's about most of them.
Talbot, Morristown. Yeah. Newmarket. Jeff City, Dandridge.
Jeff City, forgot Jeff City and Dandridge. Can't forget Jeff City and
Dandridge. Huh? So, but that's great because everybody else thinks, oh wow, I got a hole in my shower, got to replace the whole thing. Oh no,
that's right.
No.
So sometimes you just got to ask.
Exactly.
It's kind of like your favorite home improvement show. You should call and ask.
And the thing is, like you always say, the only bad question is the one you don't ask.
That's right. And if you find out who your favorite home improvement show is, let me know. I might want to listen to it. So, no, we appreciate that. All right, we're going to take one more time out to finish it up, and then when we come back, we'll finish up my buddy Chris Stacy and Miracle Method, and then get ready for real estate, and then after that, law talking, and
then we got
ball games. What we got coming up after
Jay
that?
Adams is on a live remote somewhere.
Brother Jay's out there speaking the truth.
He's out there speaking the truth. That's coming up. Then we got Carson Inman basketball this afternoon, and then we got Sevier County High School basketball tonight.
Hot dog
so we
in
got,
the city.
I tell you what, we got a full docket for you today.
Ain't no reason to change no channel. Just stay hooked in right here. You can make it happen.
That's right.
All right, you're listening to Rick's House. Hang on.
Blaylock Companies is proud to be a part of East Tennessee's growth since 1962, and we understand that getting rid of the old is a big part of building the new. Blaylock's delivers disaster recovery and demolition services for residential, commercial, and infrastructure jobs, providing specialized equipment, recycling of aggregate debris, dumpster rentals, and remediation services. Blaylocks will help get your site ready for your next project. Call Blaylocks at 453-2808 to help you build a better East Tennessee.
Don't wake up in the cold. Let CMG inspect and service your unit for extreme weather before there's a problem. Free estimates and second opinion. CMG Mechanical Services, LLC, 865-770-1561. 865-770-1561. Gas furnaces and heat pumps, new installations, gas lines, and gas log installations as well. CMG Mechanical Services, 865-770-1561.
Saturday, March 1st at 10:30 a.m. It's another great auction from Bearland Realty and Auction at 3173 Newport Highway in Sevierville. Bid on great items for the great outdoors, playhouses, furniture, swing sets, bikes for kids and adults. Learn more at bearlandauction.com and on Facebook.
Mix 105.5 is powered by the all-new Rocky Top Ford, now open in our state-of-the-art location with our same great staff at 850 Winfield Dunn Parkway between Wilderness of the Smokies and Chick-fil-A. Rocky Top Ford, your Smoky Mountain Ford headquarters.
Waking up between you and Mama every Saturday morning. Lord, it must be a big old bed. You're listening to Rick's House.
Good Saturday morning to you. I didn't realize we were that close to that. Time just flies.
Time flies when we're having fun.
When we're having fun, especially when I got my brother Chris in.
And boy, I've learned a lot today.
We're talking about that. Listen, y'all got to do is pick up the phone and call him. And I promise you, he'll come out there. Oh, somebody's calling now. 865-932-7449.
You want to talk to him? We'll go live.
We'll go live.
We'll go live.
Let's put them on. Let's see who it is.
Here they come.
Hey, welcome to Rick's House. Good morning.
Morning.
No.
How long is your show? How long is your show going on today?
3 more minutes.
3 more minutes.
Yeah,
all right. Well, I was gonna bring y'all something out there, but you ain't gonna be out there. I'll have to catch you next week.
Well, I appreciate that. We're always welcome for something. We'll be around a little while, but we'll be back next week.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
That was Shane again. I recognize that voice.
That was it?
That was Shane, yeah.
So that's good
What
stuff.
was Shane bringing?
I don't know.
Breakfast or something?
Wait on that. Call back, brother. If it's something good to eat, we'll wait. There ain't no shame in our game. Them other boys can go somewhere else.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I got up. I was making some biscuits this morning, and I've never seen this happen. canned biscuits, which, you know, for a hurry, but, you know, you put a good piece of hot sausage on it. It don't matter what kind of biscuit it is.
Just don't leave the hot
Opened up
sausage
the
for the
refrigerator and
dog.
pulled it out, and the can had popped.
Nice.
Got too hot.
I guess I had popped, so I thought, well, I'll put them in there. They look like hockey pucks.
Yeah.
Dog wouldn't even look at it. He looked at that, looked at me like, you lost your mind. If I ate that, I'll be ruined for a month.
That's
funny. So good stuff.
That's awesome.
All right. Miracle Method. We love them. You'll love them too. Call them 865-693-5522. See them online. What's that website online, brother?
MiracleMethod.com.
MiracleMethod.com.
/ Knoxville.
/ Knox Vegas and or just Knoxville. Sorry.
Yeah, don't confuse them.
No, don't confuse them. Stay tuned for the real estate. No.
Yeah, we got real estate show
next.
first. Yeah, Remax results with Lee Hart and Terry Williams. Yeah.
Then we got George coming in today.
Not George.
Not
We got
George.
law talk with the members of the Myrick Law Firm today.
Law Firm today.
Yeah.
And then we're
going to live with Jay
Brother
Adams.
Jay Adams out there amongst them.
Yeah, he's going to be out there at the Smoky Mountain Collectible Showcase at the Evergreen Convention Center this afternoon from noon to 2. And then we'll roll right into Carson Newman women's basketball,
which you'll be producing.
Which I'll be producing, and rolling into Carson Newman men's basketball.
Which you'll be
somebody will
producing.
be relieving me at about halftime because I got to get to Sevier County High School to get set up for
make the call.
To make the call on the boys Region 1 quarterfinal. Daniel Boone's Trailblazers come to Sevier County High School to play tonight.
Fantastic. We'll see you guys next Saturday morning right here on Rick's house, and 7:30 to 9:30. And we'll have next week on the program, we have Top Septic.
Oh, very good.
Josh and Heidi coming in, so we're excited about that. Chris, thank you, my brother, as always.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Don't forget to come out and see us at the home show.
Home show, April 6th, 4th through the 6th.
4th through the 6th, yep.
Chilhowie Park. Check them out. They'll find out more about that. God bless you. We love you. Grab them babies and kiss them. You never know. I promise you. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
"31 years. It is hard to believe that I have been selling real estate here in Sevier County and Douglas. Five 64111 or 392-5885.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Real Estate. Everything you need to know about Sevierville and the surrounding